This is the actual document and proposal that was on January 26th from the commodities, the FTC, Fought Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and you can get this CFTC.gov, and I'm going to post a link where it is. It'll list the 28 commodities. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't think that this is going to change that fast. Well, I don't think it's going to change at all. There's going to be so many delays because there's 28 commodities. There's 4 in the energy market. There's 5 metals, and the rest are agriculture. I think there's 19. So, yeah, I know I do smell BS too with the delays and all this stuff about. But I also I also expect other things to come up. There's gonna be a lot of issues. You're gonna be talking about exceptions, exemptions, and a million different reasons. I mean, when you get into the details, things slow down. I noticed. Well, I'm an accountant, so let me put it this way. Sometimes when you look at something overall, it looks like real simple, and you get digging into the details, it's not so simple. So, as far as I'm going to take a look at, just for the heck of it, if you had, I know J.P. Morgan, I don't know if they're forecast to lose money in the third quarter. I know Goldman Sachs supposedly is, but, their stock's been dropping, okay? It's like it was 47, maybe for the high this year, around at 47. Now it's about 31, okay? So, same with Goldman Sachs. Their stock's been dropping too, okay? But there's I think they have a lot of I know with JP Morgan, it's not just a problem with silver, it has to do with a lot with the mortgages too. I mean, they got a lot of problems. So, I don't think I think they're in big trouble, to tell you the truth. I think I think they are in big trouble. As far as this document, though, I think it might be worthwhile to spend a little time reading it, and also to see what, I was curious to see what the 28 commodities actually were. I mean, we're concentrating so much on metals, silver, and all this type of stuff. And here you got the agricultural commodities. There's 19 of them. You got cocoa, coffee, corn, cotton. I mean, there's going to be, I can't see this rule just coming about in 2 seconds. I mean, even though it's been a year, it's been delayed. There's going to find a lot of ways to delay this, and I know it's probably because it's silver, but I think it's because of a lot of different markets. You got the energy markets, the crude oil, the heating oil, gasoline, natural gas, and of course the metals markets. Now, as far as the metals, you can see exactly what, if you want to calculate, what they had to come up with more. You got 100 troy ounces per contract in gold. So you figure out what the price of gold is times 100. That's what, when they change the percentage amounts, what you had to come up with, you can figure out what it is. 5,000 ounces on silver, 25,000 pounds of copper, 100 troy ounces of palladium, 50 troy ounces of platinum. Now, I'm going to say that the percentage move in palladium was a great deal also during the time period. It was the 22nd, 23rd, was ever that Thursday and Friday, that silver and gold went down a great deal amount. And I think that, these two metals didn't have any changes, as far as I know, in what it costs to get a contract. So, and also palladium is like, I think it's only like a few percent. It's very small. It's compared to like silver, which is a great deal more percentage of money you have to come up with to have a contract in silver. So they're actually, if this metal dropped far more than gold, far more than platinum, it's a percentage amount, and almost nearly as much as silver, you'd have to say, what is the reason? It's not because of the contracts margins. You have to come up with more margins for that to hold a contract. It's because of what, liquidity? But somehow I don't buy that, because the market in palladium and platinum is a heck of a lot smaller than even the market in silver, which in turn is a lot smaller than the market in gold. So, and also, you know, when you have silver and you had gold, you're up for the year, especially in gold. So it wouldn't make sense to sell some. I mean, I had a small amount of gold, double gold, and I sold that at what was 1900. That's about one thing I did right. But I got out of it, you know, and I took some cash, whatever. But on this, I don't have any kind of, well, there is a double platinum, but I don't have any of that. I just got some physical. But one thing I want to point out again, the platinum is less than the gold, and that does not make any sense, because if you look at the gold production numbers and the platinum production numbers, it's like platinum is like 30 times more rare. Same with palladium. And it's an industrial metal, just like silver, maybe not widely as used. Palladium is far more widely used than platinum, and it's just about as rare. But I'm going to say something that I think, I'm going to use the word manipulation. It's a stupid word to use, but I don't buy this stuff going down great percentages. I could buy this going down because they raised the margins, but I don't buy these two going down because they're on the New York Mercantile Exchange and nothing happened there as far as I know. Nothing changed. And these metals got a small percentage to come up with compared to silver. I mean, I think it's only like 3-4%. You're talking like over 15% for silver. So, it doesn't make sense. But, to tell you the truth, I think New York playing this game, picking on New York, I'm actually from up in that area pretty much, but I don't buy, I think they're outsmarting themselves, to tell you the truth, because what the Asians are doing is they're buying, especially this metal, even like this one too, they're buying both these metals while they're depressed, and I think you're going to see the spot price really start spiking upward at some point in time, maybe pretty soon. I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath like waiting for grass to grow, but I think it's going to be not some years down in the future, even some like many months down in the future. You're going to see a turnaround in all these metals, and not due to a change of rule on position limits, because I think you can forget about that. I hate to say it, but I kind of know the mentality. They're going to come up with 50 million reasons not to do that stuff, and some are going to be legit, or they're going to sound very legit, and you're talking a lot of commodities here. You're not talking just the metals and just silver. You're talking about 28 different commodities, 19 agriculture, 4 energy, and 5 metals. So, you know, considering how do we count ourselves? Do we count ourselves as 1? Do we count ourselves as 3? You know, because you get all these subsidiaries and stuff like that. I mean, there's going to be a lot of questions that come up. But what's going to clobber these markets and bring them back, clobber, I don't know if I want to use that word, but what's going to bring them back up is Asian buyers. Because the reality is, you know, silver might be going for more money than spot, like by quite a large premium, but you can still find it for a little bit over spot. So, obviously, if you have any brains, you're buying the best deals. I mean, that's what you do. You always look for the best deal no matter what. And the Asians, Chinese, Indians, they are. And I personally, if I was somebody investing in jewelry or something like that, I'd be using, if the price dropped and platinum was less than gold, I would definitely take platinum over gold. It's no way in hell is platinum going to stay. Well, there's just too many reasons. It's not. There's only a couple places in the world it comes from, mainly South Africa, and it's a very unstable place politically. So I doubt it's going to happen. But again, this is the document itself, and yeah, obviously you'd have to be an idiot not to think that when the CME raises, it's going to raise margin requirements. They don't know what they're going to say, and you know, the same thing when Bernanke's going to say something. People don't know ahead of time. Just like when a news story gets printed, you know, something news is coming out, somebody's going to have the news first, obviously. But unless you got a microphone in their place, you know, where you can get the inside information, you're better off just holding long, because I really don't know what's going to go on with these markets, but they reacted by fear. And I'm going to say something else about Lindsey Williams too. He says the elite are always looking for a deal. No kid, no kid. That is always what I saw, and it don't matter if you save a minuscule amount of money. You always go for the best deal all the time. And I'm going to tell you another thing I want to repeat from my experience too. I got a lot of respect for the top Jewish businessmen. They are very, very smart. And what Mark Farber says, his Jewish friends, and I'm sure his Jewish friends are not some small friends. They're mainly in these metals. They're highly concentrated in the metals. So holding long on this stuff, I think, is a very smart deal. And to tell you the truth, I think even as far as agriculture, that's going to be a smart play too, because I can't see the demand going down. I mean, obviously, what you got to look for is something goes up really high. You don't want to jump in there then. But I mean, as far as a fundamental principle, these commodities are a good place to be. These are a good place to be. And so you're not going to know exactly what the exact moves are unless you got inside information. I wouldn't play like that. But in principle, that's the place to be. And you can count on the Asians to bring up these markets in the metals, because they are buying. They are buying, buying, buying. And I tell you the truth, I think they're buying these metals more than anything. I don't think, you're talking about gold, we're talking about silver, but these prices are suppressed right now, and the ratios don't make sense. Even this metal, it was like, it's kind of new, but it's starting to come out into jewelry now a lot more too. But I can guarantee you they're buying this metal, definitely. So don't worry too much about the position limits. I don't think it's going to come about, and I wouldn't worry about it. But as far as what's going to bring the price up, it's going to be coming from the other side of the world. They're buying. So I think, the New York markets, if there's I assume there is, but it ain't going to last. It's going to, the physical market's just going to take over, and you can see that spot price jump up.